Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Death Knight Paragon coming at you in another video. Now I don't normally play Blood Knight that much. The last time I really played Blood Knight like a lot was when Blood Knight was released. And I also played him for quite a bit back when Abomination with the big shield buff, whatever that's called. Transfusion, I think. And now it feels like Blood Knight is good again. The build I'm using is a high damage build that other YouTubers have covered, and I am absolutely in love with this build. I've been playing it for the past 4 days now, 3 days, something like that. It is you could two-shot people pretty much, and it is insane. Although I do gotta say, you can take a lot of damage because you don't have much defensives, but you're outputting a lot of damage, so it's kind of like a pro-con. Like you're going to be outputting a lot of damage, but you could take a lot of damage. There will be some healing, but for the most part, you are doing a ton of damage. So without further ado, let's get to the skills. You'll want Mephitic Cloud, Whirling Strike, Sanguinate, Abomination. I'm using Shadow's Edge. I don't know if I should be using Ravage. I've just been using Shadow's Edge. I don't think it really matters which one you're using. Now the essences you'll want for Mephitic Cloud, you want Blood-Soaked Hood. This will make it so that way releases a cloud and increases your movement speed, attack speed, and damage each time you inflict bleed. The chest you'll want Count of the Eves. Rolling Strike also grants 9% damage reduction for 3 seconds when hitting an enemy, up to a maximum of 24%. For the chest, you want Anchored Agony. Abomination no longer consumes anger, and instead continually consumes your life in order to damage and slow nearby enemies, but you also heal yourself for the damage you deal. For the pants, you want Crushed Pity. Abomination gains an additional skill while transforming that causes you to slam forward with your fist, empowering your primary attacks to grant you immunity to knockback and loss of control while used, and apply marks to enemies that cause them to take additional damage from your primary attacks. It'll make you feel like a barb with the amount of damage you do, and plus with the CC immunity is really nice. For the one main hand, you want Five Finger Spear. Whirling Strike now empowers you, causing each primary attack to launch an arc of blood that damages enemies and makes them bleed. Critical hits will cause arcs of blood to spin and damage all nearby enemies. For another main hand, you'll want Mangler's Grove. Abomination also increases your attack speed by 1% for every 3% of maximum life lost, up to a maximum of 30% increased attack speed. For one offhand, you want Fiendish Memento. Activating Abomination increases your damage by 10% for 3 seconds. After Abomination ends, your movement speed increases by 30% for 3 seconds. For another offhand, you want Grim Hound. While Abomination is active, the longer you remain near an enemy, the more damage you deal them, up to a maximum damage increase of 20%. So this is, like I said earlier, this is an all damage build. You're not going to really be too tanky, but there will be some tanky aspects, like you'll have life drain. And then the Whirling Strike will also grant you damage reduction, but for the most part, you're a damage dealer with this build. I'm just using my default gems. I was using War Herald instead of Haunt Coil. War Herald easily procs with this Abomination build, and you will always have the War Herald buff active. It's the 2-star gem right here. I only have it rank 6, about to be rank 7. But with Abomination, with this build, you will have 100% uptime of War Herald. And then also, if you take damage greater than 50% of your maximum life, you get a shield that absorbs damage equal to 20% of your maximum life. Shield cannot trigger more than once every 120 seconds. Now for the greens, I'm using Restitution and Blood, 4-piece Restitution and Blood, and then 4-piece Vithus. You could do 2 Mountebanks, 2 Vithus, and 4 Restitution, but I like the 4 Vithus, 4 Restitution. Now this is the Paragon tree I'm using. It's the Gladiator tree. You want Grizzled Veteran, Cheat Death, First Aid, Battle Morale, and Combat Veteran. And then there's 3 legendary skills you can use. These are like my top 3 legendary skills. Soul Harvester is really good for this build because you're going to be getting a lot of kills, and Soul Harvester only has a cooldown of 10 seconds, and plus the shield is tripled the effect is tripled when harvesting the soul of a player. And as you're getting kills, you'll get this like almost half the life you have of a shield. And yeah, Soul Harvester is really good for this. You could do Curse of Weakness, or you could do Benefactor. So the Reforges I have, the 3 main ones are primary attack damage increased, attack speed increased, and damage to players increased. And then I try to aim for the 3 family bonus of the Vengeance set, where your primary attacks have a 2% chance to increase all damage you deal by 100% for 1 second. I have that on all my pieces of gear, the Vengeance set. I'm trying to get more attack speed and damage to players done, and primary attack damage on all of them, but for the most part I have all that on all 3 of those on most of my pieces of gear.